How does our body choose partners without asking our brain? Chemistry makes us choose the wrong one? Is chemistry the most important thing in choosing the right partner? Part 2. Please watch my previous video called Is chemistry the most important thing in choosing the right partner? Is it possible that chemistry sometimes makes us choose the wrong partner? Part 1. In that video, I said that during the honeymoon phase of a relationship, when chemistry is all that matters for some of you, the red flags don't look red when you're wearing those rose-colored glasses, when you're idolizing your partner. If we base our relationship only on chemistry, we're idolizing, we're romanticizing everything. Basically, you project on the other person this incredible feeling of their presence. It feels like they are so beautiful, so smart, they are irreplaceable, and that's how you get hooked to that feeling. That's why later you're going to ask, I used to feel so good with them. Why has it changed? But they didn't change. Your projection is different than they really are, and chemistry made you believe that your projections will become reality, while sometimes you were just living in your dream, projecting a future life with your eyes wide open. Then, there is also the situation when the partner is chameleon-like, when he or she pretends to be an ideal lover who in reality is not. For example, there are many client men that come to my psychological office and they ask me, why did my girlfriend get into a relationship with me and then she wanted to change me, to improve me? In fact, a healthy, emotionally girlfriend does not want to change you. But you, some man, you played at the beginning a character that you were not. Because you wanted to impress your girlfriend. You wanted to conquer her as soon as possible. And probably you did this to have physical intimacy with her as soon as possible. At the beginning of the relationship, many women get the shiny gentleman that tries as much as possible to impress her by buying her flowers and buying her gifts every day, by pretending that he is more capable than he really is, by pretending that he is richer than he really is, by opening doors and pulling chairs, by planning dates in amazing restaurants, by buying trips in exotic places, by holding hands and declaring that she is the love of his life, by offering passion, the fire. Women fall for this man, and then, after some months, or even after some weeks, poof! As if some sort of bra magic has happened, the magical gentleman, poof, disappears. And he does not do the things he did at the beginning of the relationship. We women, we don't want to change you, man. We want the man that was at the beginning of the relationship. We want that man that we fall in love for. Unfortunately, that man changes sometimes. That man introduced us to a different persona that was not in reality. This happens also vice versa, when some women pretend to be a different character that they really are not. So, please be yourself and do not pretend to be a different character than you really are. When love goes wrong, nothing goes right. When love goes wrong, Alice is the key of your relationship. And before going deeper into today's subject, I want to tell you that I am Alice, dating a relationship coach, and that the YouTube reports show me that over 65% of the viewers of this channel are not yet my subscribers. This news made me very sad. So please, do me a favor and push right now the subscribe button. If you watched in the past my YouTube videos and my suggestions helped you, then please subscribe, like, and share my videos to people who might benefit from my message. Doing like this, you can make this channel grow. So I'm counting on your help. And thank you for pushing right now the subscribe button. Stay till the end of this video, because at the end of this video, I'll give you practical advices, an extremely important bonus about how can chemistry alone make us choose the wrong partner. Now, let's go on and talk about today's subject. The most important aspect when choosing the right partner is compatibility, not chemistry, if you want to have a long-lasting, healthy relationship that leads to a marriage. You think you're compatible with someone because the physical attraction is so high, or because you both like eating healthy food and hiking? You're not. That's called having similar tastes or hobbies, and it's nice, but it's not compatibility. You think you're incompatible because you argue sometimes? You're not necessarily. That's called being two different people who occasionally disagree, which is normal. Most people use compatibility completely wrong. They think it means we like the same stuff or we never fight. Both are nonsense. I'm about to explain what compatibility actually means in the simplest way possible with examples that will make you laugh and probably call out your current relationship. Here's the real definition. Compatibility is when two people's core values, life goals, communication styles, and conflict patterns can coexist without constant friction. That's it. It's not about liking the same food or season. It's about whether your fundamental approaches to life can work together long term. Let me break this down with real examples, because abstract definitions are useless. 1. Values compatibility. This is about what you believe matters in life, not hobbies, not interest, what you fundamentally value. Example, you value possessions over experiences. You'd rather buy things than spend money or relaxing a weekend at the spa. You value security and saving. You panic when your partner suggests spending money on a weekend at the spa or on a trip. Neither of you is wrong, but you're incompatible on financial values. This will cause fights forever. Every vacation they want, every purchase you make, every financial decision becomes a battle because your core values about money clash. Another example, you value personal growth and constantly want to try new things, learn, evolve. Your partner values stability and comfort, doesn't like change, wants everything to stay familiar. Again, nobody's wrong, but you're incompatible on growth values. People feel held back. They will feel pressured. You will resent them for not growing with you. They'll resent you for never being satisfied with what you have. Values compatibility means your fundamental beliefs about life, money, family, growth, and priorities align enough that you're rowing in the same direction, not constantly fighting about which direction the boat should go. 2. Life goals compatibility. This is whether you want the same major things from life, not whether you both like swimming, whether you want the same big picture. Brutal example. You definitely want children. They definitely don't want children. You think you'll compromise later, but you won't. This is fundamental incompatibility. One of you will end up deeply unhappy, or you'll break up eventually. Stop wasting time hoping someone will change their mind about having or not having babies, children. Another example. You're career focused and want to live in a big city to chase professional opportunities. They want a quiet life in a small town with a simple job. Neither is wrong, but you're incompatible on lifestyle goals. You'll either resent the small town or they'll resent the city. Somebody loses. Life goals compatibility means your vision for the future is similar enough that you can build it together instead of pulling in opposite directions. 3. Communication style compatibility. This is how you process and express information, not whether you communicate enough, whether your styles can work together, as the author of Your Brutal Beastie channel says. Example, when you're upset, you need to talk it out immediately. When they're upset, they need space to process alone first. Your need for immediate conversation feels like pressure to them. Their need for space feels like abandonment to you. You're not incompatible necessarily, but you need to understand each other's style and adapt. If you both refuse to understand the other's processing styles, you're making yourselves incompatible through stubbornness. Another example, you're direct and blunt. You say exactly what you mean. They're indirect and hint at things. They expect you to read between the lines. You miss their hints completely. They think you're ignoring them. You think they're not communicating clearly. This causes endless misunderstandings. You process emotions by talking through every feeling you have in real time. They find this exhausting and they just want the conclusion. You think they don't care about your feelings. They think you're being dramatic. Neither is true, but your communication styles are clashing. Communication compatibility means your styles of expressing and receiving information can work together without constant translation errors.
Alice is the key of your relationship. She's the one who makes your heart just skip. In her eyes you see your world unfold. With her touch your story's always told.
4. Conflict pattern compatibility. This is huge and people ignore it completely. It's not whether you fight, it's how you fight and how you repair. Example, when you fight, you yell and get it all out. Then you're over 10 minutes later. When they fight, they shut down and need days to process. You're yelling, traumatizing them. Their shutting down makes you more angry. You're incompatible in conflict style. Another example, you need to resolve conflicts before bed. You can't sleep with unresolved issues. They need to sleep on, eat, and discuss it tomorrow. You feel abandoned when they want to postpone the discussion. They feel pressured when you want to drop it. Your conflict timing is incompatible. Or this other example, after fights you need physical affection and verbal reassurance to feel reconnected. After fights they need space and time before they're ready for affection. Your repair styles are opposite. You feel rejected when they need space. They feel smothered when you want immediate reconnection. Conflict compatibility doesn't mean never fighting. It means your fighting styles and repair mechanisms can work together instead of making every disagreement into relationship-ending drama. Here's where people get compatibility completely wrong. They think compatibility means never having problems. Compatibility means your problems are workable instead of fundamental. Compatible couples still argue about not throwing the socks under the bed and whose turn it is to take the dog out for a walk. But they're not arguing about whether to have children or whether money should be saved or spent or whether they want to live in the same city. Incompatible couples might never argue because they are not together long enough for deep incompatibilities to surface. Or they argue constantly because their fundamental approaches to life are in conflict. Here's the spicy truth. You can have incredible chemistry with someone completely incompatible with you. Sexual attraction, butterflies, amazing conversation, intense connection. All of that can exist with someone whose life goals, values, and communication style crash with yours fundamentally. This is why people stay in relationships that make them miserable. The chemistry is good, so they think they're compatible. They're not. They're just attracted to each other while being fundamentally incompatible. And here's the uncomfortable flip side. You can be extremely compatible with someone you don't have crazy chemistry with initially. Someone who seems boring at first might share your values, want the same life, communicate in ways you understand, and handle conflict in ways that work with your style. Most people chase chemistry and ignore compatibility. Then they wonder why the excitement relationship from the beginning is totally different after 2 years. Because excitement is not foundation. Compatibility is foundation. Chemistry is bonus. The goal is finding both, someone you're attracted to and compatible with. But if you have to choose, chemistry without compatibility is a fun disaster. Compatibility without chemistry is a friendship. Both together is a relationship that actually works. Here's how to assess compatibility before wasting years. Ask direct questions about values. What do you believe about money, family, personal growth, career? What matters most to you in life? Discuss actual life goals. Do you want children? Where do you want to live? What does your ideal life look like in 10 years? Observe communication during disagreement. Do your style work together or create more problems? Can you understand each other when you're not agreeing? Watch how you both handle conflict. Are your fighting and repair styles compatible, or do they make everything worse? If you discover you're fundamentally incompatible, love doesn't fix it, effort doesn't fix it, time doesn't fix it. You're either compatible or you're not. You can improve communication skills, but you can't become compatible with someone whose core values and life goals are totally opposite to yours. Stop trying to force compatibility with someone who wants a completely different life than you do. Stop ignoring the incompatibility because the chemistry is good. And stop confusing "we both like green tea" with actual compatibility. Compatibility is whether you're fundamentally aligned, whether you can build the same life together, whether your communication works, whether your conflict styles doesn't destroy each other. That's it. That's compatibility, explained in the simplest possible terms. Now stop dating people you're incompatible with just because there is so much chemistry between the two of you, just because they're hot or fun. Figure out if you're actually compatible first, then enjoy the chemistry. Subscribe for more fiercely honest relationship content that explains things simply instead of complicating them. Would you like a checklist for healthy relationship dynamics as a contrast to the unhealthy relationships that I presented you in my previous video clip, or a reflection worksheet to start detaching from trauma bonds? I can already hear you saying, absolutely, I would love to have a checklist for healthy relationships. And it's a great move to contrast trauma-based attraction with what healthy love actually looks and feels like. A lot of people never got to experience this clearly growing up, so you're not alone if this feels new or even unfamiliar. Healthy relationship dynamics checklist. Check the boxes that genuinely apply to your relationship or your ideal relationship. Emotional safety and stability. You feel calm, grounded, and at ease around them, not anxious or uncertain. You can express your feelings and needs without fear of judgment or rejection. You don't feel like you're walking on eggshells. They respond to you and to your emotions with empathy and care, not defensiveness or shut down. You can be your authentic self without trying to earn love or hide parts of who you are. Mutual respect and support. You both respect each other's boundaries even when it's uncomfortable. There's a sense of partnership, and teamwork is not one-sided. You each take responsibility for your actions and apologize when needed. They support your growth, goals, and independence, not control or limit you. You feel seen, valued, and appreciated for who you are, not just what you provide. Healthy communication. You feel safe bringing up difficult topics, and they do too. You both listen to understand, not just to react, judge, or defend. Conflicts are resolved through respectful dialogue, not screaming, gaslighting, or avoidance. You don't have to guess what they feel. They're emotionally available and communicative. You feel heard, not dismissed. Emotional consistency. Their behavior and feelings towards you are consistent and reliable. You don't feel like you're chasing validation or love. They show up for you in both good times and hard times. You're not afraid they'll suddenly leave, ghost, or withdraw emotionally. You know where you stand in the relationship. Mutual attraction and intimacy. There's genuine chemistry, but it's not overwhelming or obsessive. Physical and emotional intimacy are mutual, safe, and respectful. You can say no to intimacy without guilt or pressure. There's room for vulnerability, and it also deepens your bond. Love is shown through both words and actions consistently. Personal growth and interdependence. You both maintain your individual lives, friendships, and interests. You feel stronger and more yourself, not smaller in the relationship. You encourage each other's healing and self-awareness. You're able to be alone without fear of abandonment. The relationship feels like a choice, not a survival need. Interpretation. 0 to 10 boxes checked. The relationship may be missing some core aspects of health, could be worth exploring further, or seeking support. 11 to 20 boxes checked. Many healthy dynamics present, likely a supportive, balanced relationship with space to grow. 21 plus boxes checked. You're likely in a secure, emotionally safe, and mature connection. Remember, healthy love feels safe, steady, and supportive, not anxious, addictive, or confusing. It might not feel like the spark you are used to if you've had trauma bonds before, but it's the kind of connection that sustains, grows, and heals. Here's a guided reflection worksheet specifically designed to help you start detaching from trauma bonds. This process takes honesty, compassion, and consistency, but even small steps can create meaningful change. Trauma Bond Reflection and Detachment Worksheet. Purpose: to help you gain clarity about your emotional patterns, Challenge false beliefs and begin emotionally detaching from a trauma bond. Grab a journal or notebook and take your time with these prompts. No need to rush. Honesty is more important than perfection. So let's see. Recognizing the bond. Describe the relationship you're trying to understand or let go of. What is it about this person that keeps pulling you back in, even when you know they're not good for you? Example, they make me feel seen sometimes, but most of the time I feel anxious or ignored. Familiarity versus safety. Does this dynamic feel familiar from your past? Did anyone in your childhood or past relationships make you feel similarly? Reflection. I felt I had to earn love from my dad. This partner gives me that same feeling, like I need to prove I'm enough. 3. Identify the red flags you've ignored. What behaviors have you tolerated or justified because of your emotional attachment or the intensity of the connection? Checklist. Emotional unavailability. Inconsistent communication. Gaslighting or manipulation. Emotional highs and lows. Disrespect or the disrespect of boundaries. Silent treatment or withdrawal. Dismissing your feelings. Write about one moment where you ignored a red flag and how it made you feel. 4. Interrupt the fantasy and the false hope. What are you hoping this person will become? Now, list evidence from their actual behavior that contradicts this fantasy and your projection. Example, your hope. If I just love them enough, they'll finally commit and they'll love me more. But the actual reality is that they've consistently avoided commitment and told me they aren't ready for a serious relationship. Spot the cycle. What does the trauma bond cycle look like in your relationship? You can use the pattern idealization followed by devaluation, followed by withdrawal, followed by reconciliation. Then repeat all this cycle. Example, they praise me or love bomb me, and after a while, they pull away or criticize me. Then I panic and I try to win them back by doing more for them, by lowering my boundaries, my standards. Then they return temporary. And the cycle starts again and again. 6. Rewire the beliefs. Write out some false beliefs that keep you stuck and reframe them with healthier truth. False belief. This pain means I love them. Replace this false belief by a healthier truth like love shouldn't feel like fear or anxiety. Another false belief. I'm not enough. I need to prove myself. Replace this false belief by a healthier truth like I am enough, just as I am. I improve myself every day, but I don't have to prove myself to him or to her. False belief. They'll change if I hold on. Replace this false belief by a healthier truth like change is their responsibility, not mine. Now write your own. False belief. If I leave, I'll never find someone else. This is not truth. There are billions of people on this earth. Replace this false belief by a healthier truth like, if I stay, I'm choosing fear over my peace, but I deserve better, so I leave him or her. Reconnect with yourself. How has this relationship disconnected you from yourself, your values, your peace, your intuition? Reflection. I stopped writing, seeing friends, and I constantly second-guessed my instincts, my thoughts. What does reconnecting with yourself look like? Make a short self-reconnection plan. 3 things you will do this week to rebuild your sense of self. Decide, so this is number 8. Decide who you want to be without this bond. Who would you be if you weren't trapped in this circle anymore? How would you feel, live, love, or move differently? Vision. I'd feel calm. I'd speak up for myself. I'd stop apologizing for needing love that feels safe. 9. Action steps to detach. Choose 3 actions you can take to begin detaching. Set a firm no contact boundary. Talk to a therapist or support group. Block or mute them on social media and on any media. Journal daily about your healing. Reconnect with safe people. Read about trauma bonding to educate yourself. Make a list of the truth about the relationship. Read it when tempted to go back to them. Write me and let's book a session so I can help you finding yourself and loving yourself again. So, my next 3 steps are, you fill this space. Last question. If you loved yourself the way you've tried to love them, what would you do next? I received this question from one of my followers. How does our body choose sexual partners without asking our brain? What a great question, isn't it so? And it's surprisingly deep. Our bodies can choose or influence sexual attraction and partner preference through unconscious biological and chemical mechanisms that happen before we become consciously aware of them. Here's how that works. 1. The brain isn't one thing. When you say without asking our brain, what you probably mean is without conscious decision making. But the unconscious brain is incredibly powerful and it's always processing. 2. Pheromones and smell. We are highly sensitive to subtle chemical cues in others' body odor. Some research suggests we may be attracted to people with different immune system genes, specifically in the major histocompatibility complex. This helps increase the immune diversity of potential offspring. Our noses, without our conscious awareness, detect these differences and can influence whom we find chemically attractive. 3. Facial symmetry and reproductive fitness. Visual cues like facial symmetry, hip-to-waist ratio, clear skin, voice, pitch, or tone are all processed very quickly by our brain. These judgments happen in milliseconds long before we decide we're attracted to someone. 4. Hormones and timing. Your hormonal state influences attraction. Ovulating women tend to prefer more masculine features. Testosterone levels can increase in men when they are around ovulating women. People on hormonal birth control may have different partner preferences than when they're off it. These internal states shift whom you're drawn to, often without your awareness. 5. Mirror neurons and body language. We subconsciously mimic body language and facial expressions of people we're interested in. This creates a feedback loop. You feel connected to someone. Your body mimics their body. You interpret that mimicry as deeper attraction, all before consciously thinking about it. 6. Gut feelings are real. The enteric nervous system, which is in the second brain situated in our gut, can influence feelings of attraction, comfort, or anxiety around someone, often through a complex mix of sensory input, emotion, and instinct. Your body doesn't really choose partners instead of your brain. It uses parts of your brain below the level of consciousness to evaluate potential mates quickly and efficiently. By the time you're aware you're attracted to someone, a huge amount of processing has already taken place behind the scenes. Tell me in the comments what incompatibility you ignore because the chemistry between the two of you was too good. So, what do you think? Is chemistry the most important thing in choosing the right partner? Is it possible that chemistry sometimes makes us choose the wrong partner? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's talk about it. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like it, subscribe for more content, and hit the notification bell so you'll never miss an update. If you are interested in cultivating a stronger and healthier relationship, follow my videos called How to Find Your Compatible Lover Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. Follow my future videos because I'll speak about other amazing subjects regarding love, relationships. My personal advice, be unique, be special, be different so that you make the person you are dating with, that you are married with, insatiable for you. My love for you, insatiable. Is your love for your date insatiable? If you subscribe to my channel, you'll motivate me to create videos with even better content. So, please, subscribe right now to my YouTube channel, Alice, the key of your relationship. Like and share this video to people who might benefit from my help. You can also follow me on Facebook, and my Instagram is Alice, key of your relationship, without any space between words. Thanks for watching, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Kisses! Goodbye!
Alice is the key of your relationship. She's the one who makes your heart just skip. In her eyes you see your world unfold. With her touch your story's always told.